Hello, everybody, and welcome back to yet another Coinsider live stream. Today is going to be a good one because we have a massive pump going on right now as we speak because of Jerome Powell and his speech at Jackson Hole. So that is going to be the main segment of today. If I could get it, by the way, before we go any further, if I could get a quick mic check, do I sound good? Do I sound loud and clear? Let me know, please, in the comments. But okay, so as a reminder, I do these Monday, Wednesday, Fridays at 12 noon Eastern time, so you always know when to join me next. And like I said, today we are going to talk about the Jackson Hole pump and what comes next for Bitcoin, for crypto, and for markets. I will leave timestamps afterwards for those of y'all who are watching the VOD if you want to skip around. And real quick, my goal is 100 likes on the stream. If you don't mind smashing that like button, whether you're watching right now live or if you're watching the VOD after, that would be greatly appreciated. It would help me out and it's free for you to do. Okay, so as you know, we always like to start with a quick market pulse segment. So yeah, oh my goodness, look at this. Look at this pump for Ethereum. I have some sideline capital. I do not want to chase this green candle, but this is absolutely insane and it might pump to new all-time highs even today. This is absolutely insane, folks. Chat, what do you think about this? Also, market overview. This will definitely be updated. It's going to be closer to altcoin season and more on the greed side in about a day or two. Yeah, let's look at some of this stuff. Let's look at this. Let's take a look at ETH. Oh my goodness. No, let's take a look at the weekly. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so yeah, the daily, look at this correction and then this pump. We got a momentum indicator print off this daily candle. Oh my goodness. Let's see what people are saying. The speech by Jerome Powell, we're going to look at that today in a bit. We are going to look at that in a bit. But let's see the daily. Let's see the 4-hour. Oh my, just every time frame. Momentum prints are crazy. Let's take a look at BTC dominance. BTC dominance dropping like a rock. Wait, let me change this to 1 day. Yeah, BTC dominance is dropping like a rock. Look at this. Largely due to ETH. Others ETH. Bro, I told y'all this is going to go lower. It dropped under the support. Look, it dropped under the support. It's going lower. ETH, ETH, ETH. Screw your other alts. It's all about ETH right now. Let's see Sol ETH. Sol ETH dropping 2. Dang, what is going on here? Sol ETH retesting this. We'll see if it drops below this support line. I think it will. But anyhow, ETFs had several negative days, but I expect today to be a huge positive day. Let's take a look at the ETH ETF. Yeah, there's the green. It's going to be a massive green today. Nothing too much in terms of funding rates and liquidation heat maps. Oh, they changed how this is. So interesting. Okay. So do I trade perps actively? Not really, Maverick. Sometimes I do, usually to hedge my positions, my spot holdings, but I'm not really like a active perp swing trader necessarily. By the way, today's so today's main segment is about the Jackson Hole pump, of course, but I really want to cover this because this is quite interesting. The big, beautiful news segment. I want to talk about Kanye's YZY Coin, which was quite crazy. There's a few interesting things, and no, I didn't buy any, but I want to share with y'all some stuff that I saw that I think will be interesting to you. So here, first of all, this is Kanye's official account, and here's his official account.
The official Yeezy token just dropped.
So y'all can hear this, right? When I play that. And then here they were designing the logo. First of all, chat, what do y'all think about this logo? I feel like it's kind of weird. Kind of a weird logo. What do y'all think about the logo? Yay or nay? Check this out. It already dropped massively. I believe it pumped to like 3 billion and then dropped to like 300 million market cap. Let's take a look at that actually. Let's take a look at its current market cap. Good thing I didn't touch any. Chat, did any of y'all chase Yeezy? If you did, you screwed up. Wow. High of like 400 million market cap and then dropped down to under. Wait, this isn't even right because it went up to like 3 billion and then, yeah, this. But, anyways, point is, you see this crazy pump and dump. Check this out. Here's some stats. 500 or 50,000 wallets touched the token. Everyone lost, while 5 wallets made 1 million. Total bloodbath. Guys, if you chat, let me know. Don't lie. Be honest with me. How many of y'all chase Yeezy? If you did, you didn't learn anything. Like, I don't even know why you're here watching this if you chase Yeezy. Like, that was so stupid. No, we cannot see any Saudi Arabia comment. But yeah, real quick, we're talking about Kanye's YZY Coin. Check this out. Top coin sellers are such good traders. They got $0 entry. This is such a bundled insider thing if I've ever seen one. Like, why are y'all chasing these? Like, Arthur Hayes, the former CEO of BitMEX, he was like, remind me not to touch these anymore and just to stick to he lost money while ETH was pumping. Where is it? Oopsies, fam. Next time, please don't let me trade shitters like Yeezy. Should have just kept two-step in. Like, even he, a whale, is trying to trade and chase these and getting wrecked. Like, he lost a lot on that, I bet. Here, all coins launched on Solana by rappers have gone to absolute zero. Same thing will happen to Yeezy Coin. If you buy things like this, you deserve to lose money. Look, Lil Pump, Tekashi 6ix9ine, 50 Cent, Iggy. I'm actually more respectful of Mother, but it went down a lot too. Jason Derulo, Doja Cat, Soldier Boy. Why are y'all even buying anything like this, right? Avoid the Solana, celeb coins, and meme coin casino. Avoid. Check this out. Every celeb coin literally went to zero. Why do you think this time would be different? Only way to play these celeb scams is by shorting the life out of them after the first green candles. Agree. Check this out. Bubble Maps found the identity of the first buyer of Yeezy. It's the same trader who made 100 million on Trump. Expert, sniper, or insider? Insiders. Insider every time. Like, this is so disgusting. And I'm happy and proud to say I didn't even touch it. Once I saw it, I was like, nope, not going to care. Now, here's the funny thing. Now, let's watch this by Chile Army. Let's watch this. Oh, wait, it's not showing this. Let's watch this clip.
Now I ain't saying he a coin rugger, but he ain't selling for no low number. Now I ain't saying he a coin rugger, but he ain't selling for no low number. The price down, the price go down. The price down, the price.
That's quite funny. That's Kanye's song remake. Yeah, just some little humor from everyone who chased getting wrecked by Yeezy. Yeah, why does it even bother? Why do we even bother? Like, just reject the celeb coin, the Solana stuff. I mean, I do think Solana has some legitimate use cases, of course, but all these like celeb coins and stuff, I don't like that meta. So yeah, folks, today the main segment, we are going to talk about the Jackson Hole pump. But just real quick before we get there, I want to share something quick from something cool from our longtime channel partners and sponsors, 3 Commas. So they do trading bots, right? I've talked about this before. They do trading bots, like one of the most powerful and customizable trading bots ever out there. But a big semi-new feature that they offer is backtesting, which is super clutch, super powerful. And basically you can like set up your bot and choose a strategy and you can backtest it. So you can run your strategy against real historical data to see how it would have performed. Now, does this mean it's going to work in the future? Guaranteed? No, but that's not the point. The point is you can try to find similar periods in the past and just see how your strategy would have performed, like sideways periods, mega pump periods, bear periods, and see how it would have performed. And if it performs well and you think that the upcoming period is going to have similarities to the past, then it could help improve the chance of that strategy and that bot working out, right? So yeah, real historical data simulation. It helps you with risk management data, performance data, just super powerful. And the cool part is if you don't know what's going on here and you need some help, they have a webinar series that I linked you below that you should sign up for. It's coming soon. I believe it's a 3-part webinar series. And you should sign up and you will learn how to identify market cycles, how to set things up, how to do the back testing stuff, and how to review stats, logs, and performance indicators. So yeah, it's for everybody, traders, users, anyone. And they're going to have different upcoming sessions. August 25th, that's in 3 days. So definitely sign up today if you're interested in learning more about backtesting and just learning more about the markets and how to be a better trader with automation and tools. I've personally used 3 Commas trading bots before, and I really like it. It has a ton of customizability. So not really the most beginner friendly, but that's why they have things like this webinar series that will help you learn how to use this properly. All right, folks, let's move on to the main segment of the day. The Jackson Hole pump. I already showed you the charts. Let me show you everything else surrounding it. All the juicy analysis, predictions, conclusions, and things like that. First of all, let's hear from the man himself, Jerome Powell. Let's hear from himself.
Risks to inflation are tilted to the upside and risks to employment to the downside, a challenging situation. When our goals are in tension like this, our framework calls for us to balance.
Wait,
in the near term.
Let's start from the beginning.
In the near term, risks to inflation are tilted to the upside and risks to employment to the downside, a challenging situation.
It's challenging indeed, because if you don't remember, the Fed has a dual mandate is what it's called. Keep inflation near their target, and also they have to worry about the unemployment numbers too.
When our goals are in tension like this, our framework calls for us to balance both sides of our dual mandate. Our policy rate is now 100 basis points closer to neutral than it was a year ago, and the stability of the unemployment rate and other labor market measures allows us to proceed carefully as we consider changes to our policy stance. Nonetheless, with policy in restrictive territory, the baseline outlook and the shifting balance of risks may warrant adjusting our policy stance.
That was key. May warrant adjusting our policy stance. Right after he said that line, the markets giga-pumped. Craziness.
Monetary policy is not on a preset course. FOMC members will make these decisions based solely on their assessment of the data and its implications for the economic outlook and the balance of risks. We will never deviate from that approach.
Ooh, he's using big boy words here. Okay, so I want to share with you a timeline too of this. Scroll back, so much stuff. Yeah, you see, downsides to the labor market are rising, and he's that we just heard from him himself. Shifting balance of risks may warrant adjusting our policy stance. He is setting the stage for a September rate cut. Here's a summary. Downside risk to employment, labor supply has softened, Fed abandoning flexible average inflation targeting framework, can't take stable inflation expectations for granted. Giga pump in the S&P 500, in the Dow Jones. Yeah. And then here, check this out. Poly market bets. No change for Fed decision in September was so high. And then boom, it dropped like a rock. And the 25 basis point cut jumped to 80, almost 80% is what the prediction markets are pricing in. And also, here's another thing. Trump wants to fire Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook for her mortgage fraud stuff. And this makes them even more aligned with his desire to cut rates a lot, if she resigns and he gets another appointment. So basically, it's getting more and more Trumpified and less of Jerome Powell's steering the ship. So it looks like we're going to get a lot of cuts like he wants. But on the other hand, here are some contrarian views for y'all. So I'm supposed to believe that the Fed is about to cut rates when credit spreads are sitting at multi-month highs. Cutting here equals loosening financial conditions just as inflation pressures reaccelerate. That's a mistake in the making and likely the only cut. This is big Hot take, only cut of 2025. The Fed should be hiking, not cutting. Hot take from some macro analysts. Also, check this out. Morgan Stanley said the Fed won't cut rates this year. Polly Marcus says that there's 90% of cuts, 90% chance of rate cuts this year. Who do you believe? So, what do you think, chat? Are you thinking with the bettors who have money on the line, or with Morgan Stanley or the contrarians who say one or no rate cuts this year? Also, check this out. It blows my mind that people still think we need to cut rates. We are in an everything bubble. Even hinting at a cut will exacerbate issues. Everything are near all-time high. Living costs and prices at highs. Employment is strong. The Fed should not give in to pressure because a rate cut is the last thing we need. And some people agree with that. Also, check this out. Inflation swaps are rising on the day. Just another policy error fueling the melt up in risk assets until long end rates blow out. That's crazy. Fed cutting rates is even dumber than telling us that inflation was transitory. They'll be cutting into all-time highs for stocks in crypto, gold, and housing. Chamath announcing SPACs, AI hype over .com hype, meme stocks like Open Door ripping, IPOs ripping, insane living costs, absolutely insane. Guys, this is why I made that video, and people were laughing at me. People were laughing at me when I made this video about Bitcoin to 500K, then 80% crash. This is about the melt up scenario that we were just talking about. If you haven't watched this yet, watch this. It is not clickbait. If we get the melt up scenario, I see BTC to crazy highs that we previously have not foreseen, and then a massive crash, like they said, when the long end of the rates blow out. And also, this is what the rate cuts. Look, I'm making videos right about that are so in line with macro stuff. These two videos you guys have to watch if you haven't already, about the melt up scenario right here and the rate cuts and the three different scenarios that could happen. Okay, so that was great. Once again, if you don't mind giving me a quick like on the stream, my goal is 100 likes. And also, if you're watching the VOD afterwards, would also appreciate a like. Or if you're watching on X, would appreciate a like there as well. So that was an interesting main segment, but I want to do some KOL call tracking because a lot of people's calls have BTC under. Oh, wait, these are already August ends bullish. What things did we add recently? BTC chop, then down in September. BTC top is in. Okay. Let me add some better ones. Folks, as a reminder for our KOL call tracking, if you tag us on X, oh, Pigeon said pullback is done. Did we do that? Okay. Pigeon. When was this call date? August 19th. I'm going to take a screenshot. 8/19/2025. He may be right about this already. We'll give it a week more, but pullback is done. Let me clear formatting here. Let's give a few more weeks. 8/31 TBD, and let's say BTC and crypto as a whole. It's looking like he's going to be right here when he made that call. Who else tagged Retail DAO? Right here, see? People tagging us. We will. Okay, cycle has not peaked. Cycle will not end. BTC will go higher. There will be a blow off. Okay, there's so many. See, that's the problem with these. There's so many predictions in one. It's hard to track this. Evan, he also blocked me for this, but Evan SS6. Evan SS6. When did he make this call? He made it August 21, 2025. Gonna be an absolute clown if he gets that wrong. Let's see, next month. So 9/30/2025. TBD. And for BTC. Let's see, who else tagged Retail DAO here? Who else tagged Retail DAO? Right here. Parabolic is alt season. Okay. You see, folks, if you're watching this and you see some call that you want us to add, like, for example, if you see a call and you want us to add it to the call tracker, then just tag Retail DAO and be like, track this, please. That's it. I mean, I'm doing this from our own account, right? But you get the idea. And he's talking about the ETH BTC ratio, by the way. That's all y'all need to do to track these, for us to track these calls. Okay, I want to move on real quick. I want to go to the change my mind segment. Did I make that? Oh, dang, I have to make that real quick. 1 second. Okay. 1 second. Ominous. I am making the change my mind real quick. Dang, I need to remember to do these in advance. Here's my change my mind, folks. Change my mind. IPOs are an ominous sign of things to come. What I mean by that is it's showing that we're in a huge bubble. It's showing that the market is really unhealthy. And let me know what you think, chat. Mark Cuban wrote, is every IPO going to be treated like a meme coin from now on? Now, if you haven't been keeping up with thank you for the super chat. Retail is a steal right now. Don't sleep. I do think y'all should buy retail in order to join the Retail DAO community. I will share a little bit more about that in a bit. Thank you for the super chat, Bank Teller. But first, we're going to do the change my mind segment. If you don't know what Mark Cuban is talking about, check this out. Remember Figma? So many people here were creaming their pants over the Fig IPO on the first day, and the chat looks worse than a shitcoin not even 3 weeks in. Oh my god, did y'all chase this Figma IPO? Who chased this? Raise your hand, chat. And then, like, why would you even chase these and buy these? It's all dumping on retail and FOMO and stuff. Check this out. Flood of IPOs, weak and aggressive pricing, 100 times oversubscribed, yet fundamentals nowhere in sight. They've turned IPO applications into business, apply, wait for lottery, sell on listing day, and move on. This is speculation dressed as an investment. Reminds them of the IPO bubbles of the 1980s and 90s, ended in shattered hopes. How long can this circus last? When the music stops, who will bear the loss? Check this out. Dumped on retail. Basically, IPOs are just bundled launchpad meme coin shitters in real life. Game is game. Yeah, Figma considered higher IPO price, but CEO wanted to bring on certain long-term institutional shareholders and signed off on $33 per share. So, change my mind. IPOs are an ominous sign of things to come, of unhealthy market. And check this out. Remember Circle? Circle had a, not the monthly, let's do daily. Look at this. Look at this, like, pump and dump. And if you don't remember, when Circle, when Figma pumped, we saw Circle dump. People just rotating capital for the stock market like it's the crypto markets. And then Bullish, this exchange, which I don't even know like who actually uses Bullish, launched recently. And they also had a huge dump. Like, I wouldn't buy these IPO, folks. Maybe for like the best companies, but even then, I feel like if you wait a year or so, if you're patient, you could get a better entry, even in the best companies IPOing. So, change my mind. IPOs, their activity, what's going on, how their price action is a sign of things to come. So, I think Bullish will drop a lot. So will Circle, like I called a long time ago. By the way, folks, I made a video about the Retail DAO thesis. If you go to videos, it's right here. It's called Retail Investors Keep Losing. Here's the fix. I want to watch a little bit of it with y'all. I'm sure some of y'all have watched it before, but I want to watch just the intro. It's going to take no longer than 60 seconds, and then I'll leave the rest for y'all to watch later. But here you go. Dang, it's like ad first. Oh, one sec. Well, because it's a 1 year ago, Murad Mammadov gave a speech at the biggest crypto conference in the world. His speech was called the Meme Coin Supercycle. And honestly, it might have been one of the defining moments of this cycle. Why? Well, because his analysis in that speech was absolutely on point. He identified many of the underlying frustrations that we were feeling, but no one put it into words up to that point. But anyhow, the reason I bring that up is because I've been feeling something similar, burning within me for the past few months. It's a thesis kind of like Murad's, but honestly, I think it may be even bigger and more transformative than his meme coin supercycle. I call it the retail investor megatrend. And today, I'm gonna break it all down for you and explain how you can take advantage of it as a normal retail investor. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, so I'll stop there, folks, but I really think y'all should watch that video. It really spells out our thesis for Retail DAO. And that's the thing. I disagree with you, Maverick, that retail will keep losing. I think the solution is what I spell out in that video, which is what I called incentive aligned communities. And that's really the vision we're building towards with Retail DAO. Like if we all could support, collaborate, debate, and discuss, and have that on a bigger scale than just our small community so far, then I think we won't be screwed over by things like that in the future, right? Like this is the solution to all the problems that retail are facing, not to mention lack of education when it comes to those opportunities and whatnot. So really think y'all should check out Retail DAO. Also sign up for a 3 commas webinar using my link below if you want to learn out backtesting, which I think is super clutch for their bots. Exactly. Retail can find collective power in communities such as Retail DAO. So anyhow, I'm going to end the stream quickly today. This was a fun one. Happy Friday. Happy weekend. Happy green candle because of the Jackson Hole pump. Thank you all for joining me today. I'll see y'all Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12 noon Eastern time. Please watch my video about the retail investor megatrend as well. Yes. Hello, DAOs, the retail DAOs. And I'll see you guys